Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today our subject is school, community and teacher. It is lecture number 25 and we will discuss academic learning. The outlines of the lectures are: first of all, we shall study about the introduction, then motivation to learn in school, on target for learning, teacher expectations, and strategies for motivation and thoughtful learning. First of all, motivation to learn in schools. So there are some goals. Goals for the students are productive involvement, state motivation, trait motivation. Strategies for motivating students. Other than these, we can say that become a role model of the students' interest, get to know your students, use examples freely, use a variety of students' active teaching activities, set realistic performance goals and help students achieve them by encouraging them to set their own reasonable goals. Now, what are the things which motivate learners to learn? Remember that here the concept is very simple. People are motivated by what interests and engage them. In addition, students learn best through the context of their cultural and socio-economic background. Education has traditionally been based around the history, language, and learning style of the dominant culture and class. What is importance of motivation and learning? How motivation affects learning and behavior? Motivation has several effects on students' learning and behavior. First, motivation directs behavior toward particular goals, and motivation determines the specific goals toward which people strive. Thus, it affects the choices students make. And the fourth one strategy is thoughtful learners. Then on target for learning. So what is meant by these words TARGET? First T means task motivation. The second one, A means autonomy. R means reward. G for grouping. And E for evaluation and feedback. And T for time for learning. And again T for teachers' expectations. Now, tasks for learning. What are the learning tasks? Learning tasks are opportunities you create for students to engage with the content you are teaching. You want to be sure your plans and commentaries clearly describe the learning tasks you create. In designing your learning tasks, ask yourself, what will students be doing during the lesson? Task operations means risk and ambiguity. Task values. And what are the values? Attainment values, intrinsic or interest values. How do you engage learners in learning? Here are some measures that you can take to engage students in learning. For example, tap into students' prior knowledge, learn students' interests, organize classroom discussions, and design highly relevant learning activities, and also integrate modern technology, then foster competition among students. And utility values, authentic tasks, and problem-based learning. What are the teacher expectations? Dear students, teachers develop different expectations for their children. A teacher expectation is the teacher estimate of the child's probably academic performance within the classrooms. Often people react to one another based upon their expectations. So what are expectations in the classrooms? Developing classroom expectations describe what that describes. Expectations describe behaviors that make the classroom a good place to live and learn for all students. Expectations communicate general standards or expectations with a single rule encompassing a wide range of behaviors. How do teachers set high expectations? Use ability grouping and design different learning activities for each achievement group. Encourage students to work with a variety of peers for positive peer modeling. Provide lots of repetitions in lower level activities for low ability children and advanced activities for high ability learners. Teacher expectations may be Pygmalion in the classroom, self-fulfilling prophecy, sustaining expectations effect, sources of expectations. What are those sources of expectations? Like IQ test and sex differences and also reputations. Then perspectives on teachers' expectations. What are expectations for teachers? Your promise to parents, like practice open communication, provide a welcoming space to learn, be committed to the school, classroom and children, ask for help getting to know your students, be on the same page. Remember, teachers are people too. So what are the skills of good teachers? Although there are different skills, but enthusiasm, this is very important. A great teacher is enthusiastic about their job and lesson and encourages students to share the same passion as they do. What type of things they do? Leadership, organizations, respectful, multitasking, teamwork, ability to teach, communication. So students will rise to the level of expectations. This is Jaime Escalante. Then there are some strategies to encourage motivation and thoughtful learning. First of all, establish relationship with the students and build on their strength. Remember that positive relationship between teachers and students are among the most commonly cited variables associated with the effective instructions. If the relationship is strong, instruction strategy seems to be more effective. So, I would explain some great ways to gain the trust of your students and learn what is meaningful to them. Like, first of all, give students an opportunity to show what they value most. In the art project Picture Right, students cut out slides of themselves and then decorate them with the symbols to represent their interest and important experiences. This is a fun way to start your school years and can give you useful insights into the lives of your students. Then make better decisions for collecting clear data on your students. By collecting data digitally, you can instantly refer to it throughout the year when making decisions about class projects and assignments, allowing you to build on the strength and interest of the individual students. Then ask students what they expect from you and make sure you meet their expectations. When students feel that you have a genuine interest in what you can do to gain their respect. So they will be more willing to do what they can to gain yours. So asking for their opinions about what constitutes a good teacher in their eyes and doing your best to live up to their descriptions will show students that what they say matters to you. Then the other strategies is give the students choices whenever possible. Many educators such as teacher and author agree with the different other authors that autonomy is a major factor in intrinsic motivation. Though there are many requirements for teachers regarding the required skills for each level, we do generally have autonomy over the way we can teach and access their skills. So this is where we have the opportunity to offer some choices to the students. So we can like let students choose what they want to learn. Originally based on the concept used in some famous companies such as Google and Federal Express, where workers were given time during their work week to pursue their own creative projects. Teachers around the world have developed ways to include this in their own school schedules. One of the most popular pages on my website that engage their mind is Genius or Resources page, which offers examples and resources on how to facilitate Genius source in your own classrooms. Then give students options for how they want to learn something. Perhaps you don't have the freedom to allow students to choose their own learning topics. That doesn't mean that they can't still have choices. You can give students their own options for how to achieve their learning objectives. Many teachers offer their students choice boards, allowing them to tailor their own learning activities to individual preferences. Then necessary classroom conditions. So what type of necessary classroom conditions are there? The classroom conditions posited are authentic relationships, rules and boundaries, planning, resources and preparations, teachers, repertory, pedagogic partnerships, and reflections on teaching. So what are the conditions that facilitate learning? So there are different conditions like gaining attentions, informing learners of the objectives, stimulating recall of prior learning, presenting the stimulus and providing learning guidance, eliciting performance, providing feedback. So some necessary conditions, classroom conditions are more organized classrooms, free from interruptions, safe to fail environment, challenging but reasonable work, authentic, worthwhile tasks. Then critical student questions. What is good critical inquiry questions? Developing effective inquiry questions. The good questions come from the genuine curiosity and confusion about the world. A good question makes you think about something in a way you never considered before. A good question invites both deep thinking and deep feelings. A good question leads to more good questions. So what is a critical question? In short, critical thinking is more than understanding something. It involves evaluation, critiquing, and a depth of knowledge that surpasses the subject itself and expands outward. It requires problem solving, creativity, rationalization, and refusal to accept things at face value. So, critical question, can I do it? Do I want to do it? So these are critical students' question. What do I need to do to succeed? Then building confidence and positive expectations. How can I be more positive and confident? Remember that make a decision, try something new, gently exercise, clean up your news feed, think back over the past week and write down every nice thing others said to you, make a happy playlist, say no, practice posture. So, how can I build my self confidence essay? How to gain self confidence and start believing in yourself? Remember that seek positive feedback from others. Question your current negative beliefs and replace them with the positive ones. Take teeny steps and make small changes. Build momentum. Think of a fear you have overcome. Celebrate the wins or give yourself credit. While in teaching, being a professional, so how do you gain professional confidence? So there are different methods to boost your confidence at work, like push yourself out of your comfort zone, volunteer for a project that will help you build new skills, visualize what you want as a first step to meeting a new challenge, assesses your competencies, create your own environment, have others instill confidence in you, fake it till you make it, be the change you wish to see. Match tasks to students' ability level. Move in a small steps. Clear, specific, attainable learning goals. Stress self comparisons. Communicate that academic ability can be improved. And model good problem solving. Then seeing the value of learning. What is value of learning? Value learning is a complicated process of acquiring personal values as motivational goals and principles that guide behavior. So values are gained in the process of socialization and represents more or less stable personal characteristics. The truth is, children are born eager to learn by doing, and a healthy supply of that instinct survives at least into the early 20s. However, it spoils the adventure and the enjoyment when the adults push learning by theory rather than practice. The more opportunities kids have to master things hands on, the better. So, what are the benefits of learning activities? There are different benefits of active learning, and why your college should try it, because develop collaborative skills. Collaboration is a pillar of most active learning approaches. Encourage risk taking, requires student preparations, increases engagements, improve critical thinking, increases retentions, makes tech more powerful, spark creative thinking. Younger students intrinsic or interest value, older students utility value, attainment value, achievement intrinsic value. Tie class activities to student interest, arouse curiosity, make learning fun, use novelty and familiarity. Now, seeing the value of learning, instrumental, explain connections, provide incentives and reward if needed. Authentic tasks. Whether you are trying to finish a report at work or competing in a marathon, so your ability to focus can mean the difference between success and failure. Unstructured, real world problems. Staying focused on the tasks. Say on the task, there are different ways to help you keep your attentions, like eliminate distractions, turn off the TV, silence your phone, and focus on what you need to get done. Get a good night's sleep. The more tired you are, the harder it is to keep your brain on task. Train your focus muscles. Find the right time of day for you. Allow yourselves to take breaks. Frequent opportunities to respond have students create finished products. Avoid heavy emphasis on grades and competitions. Reduce task risk without oversimplifying the task. Model motivation to learn teach learning tactics. For beginning teachers and motivations approaches by rank, like reward or punishments, attention focusing, relevance, confidence building. Then beginning teachers motivation strategies, reward punishment, build confidence, focus attentions and relevance. Then students views of motivations, like know your students, expect developmental differences and expect individual differences. Use target to help meet the needs of your students. Now, if we summarize, so motivation to learn in schools on target for learning teacher expectations and strategies to encourage motivations and thoughtful learning. So we can use different strategies. This was all about this lesson. Thank you. Keep on studying. Take care. Allah Hafiz.